Okay, now we're ready to start the assembly. Here's the tunnel upside down on the bench. Here's the inside. We have a brake line guard here. Here's your jack shaft and your sprocket where the chain comes through. For assembly, I have a tool for pulling the shafts in, but we can provide you with one. It'll be available. It's just a bolt, the right thread, and a collar to help pull the shafts through. All you'll need for this job is basic hand tools and a torque wrench and some blue Loctite. First step, set the track in. Make sure when you set the track in that it's in the right direction. Here we have arrows on the track, so arrows to the back. I just stick a tool in there to kind of help hold things up. First thing we'll do is take our drive shaft, stick it in, get it engaged on the lugs. Okay, we have the drive shaft sitting back in here now. Now you can install your caliper. Get an index through there. I usually install the banjo bolt right now just to hold everything in place. That up. Okay, now we can install the brake side bearing. Put a little lube on the inside. We're started. Here's your tool for installing it. Now we just tighten that. Now you have to hold the shaft from turning. I have a special tool I've made to hold the shaft, but anything you want to hold the shaft from turning while we're tightening the nut. Bearings installed. Now we'll install the bolt for the shaft. Okay, now we've got the bolt in. We just got to torque that up to 45 foot-pounds. We have our nut plate that goes in behind with a little blue Loctite in each hole. Slip it in. Then we take our bolts, little blue Loctite on them. All the bolts are installed. Now we torque them all to 18 foot-pounds. Okay, now we've got these bolts torqued up. We can turn it around and install the bearing on the other side. Okay, now we'll install the drive side bearing holder. A little bit of lubrication inside. And this is the installation tool. You'll have a different style. This is just one I have for here. Back in place. The bearing's in place. Now we just have to reinstall our bolts, put our washer back on, our gear, and tension our belt. A little bit of blue Loctite. Now we'll torque the bolts to 18 foot-pounds. Keep the tools together. washer, gear, bolt, and we'll torque that to 45 foot-pounds. Now we can reassemble or reinstall the front or the rear suspension. We've just flipped it over. All the shafts are in. Everything's ready to go. Now, that's sitting in there. Put a little blue Loctite in here and then bolt it up. Once the fronts are started, you can release the rear suspension. Pull the tunnel down. All the bolts are in. Now we just need to torque them to 22 foot-pounds. Suspension's in and ready to go. Now we just need to air up our shocks and tension the track. Now we're going to show you how to tension the track. You can see very loose, and if you squeeze it you can touch the reactor arms. It's too loose. So we'll start at the back, and I usually count my revolutions as I'm tightening to make sure we get it even from side to side. Check it again. It's still a little loose. We want 3/4 of an inch drop with 20 pounds of force. Still a little loose. That should be about right. Now we just have to torque our bolts to 30 foot, or our nuts to 30 foot-pounds, and we're good to go.